Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, by the way, Kick Dingbat here. Welcome, mother humpers, to the Philly Shakedown podcast. Let me say, what up, JoeyShakes? You're probably already demonetized for this video. Just saying, right off the bat, what's happening?
If it doesn't happen now, it's going to happen in probably 5 minutes tops, maybe less than that. So, yeah, it's got a big game tomorrow, and just like it says in the title, the Eagles have to, get their respect back. A very emotional week this week. Boy. I mean, it's hard because I haven't really been thinking about the Dallas Cowboys so much more. It's really been thinking about us as a team inside our souls, inside our hearts. Yeah. That's how it's been.
It felt like a really weird Cowboys game week. It's really it's kind of felt like a little off in a lot of ways because there's just so much going on after that 49ers loss. We'll get into all of it. Message from a Golden Eagle. What's going on, man? Matt Meeks, my man Daz. What's up? Fat Fool. What's going on? King, gentleman of culture. Marcus Polk, Dave Dust, Jerry Frey, Ishmael. What's going on? Dave Dust, Cheesy Boy, Leon. What is up, everybody? Sorry if I missed anybody, but thank you guys for being here. LJ, what's going on, man? Welcome to Dingbat Nation, buddy. Thank you for joining. And welcome to Dingbat Nation. Thank you guys for being here. Man, it's like it's such a big game. And one of the most annoying things is I have never seen a team that is 10-2 be treated like they're 2-10.
Yeah.
Like this team is disrespected. You would have thought we won 2 games all year. And it's really been an interesting week watching the haters come out of the woodwork. I mean, to see people say you should bench Jalen Hurts when he's literally an MVP candidate. Like, these people have waited weeks and weeks and weeks with all this shit to come at us with. It's been really a wild week.
Yeah, it's not really about even how the Eagles lost the game. It's I guess it's how they lost the game. I mean, getting their ass kicked, but at the same time, it's like no pushback, no pushback mentality, no toughness, no heart. It's when you come off a game and you don't even at least if the Eagles fought in the game and it was a close game and they lost, I can give it more respect. But that was just horrible. And it's a crazy week this week. So question.
Yeah, I think you have a member.
Do I?
I think it's you.
Yes, him, Aaron, straightforward. Welcome to the Camper Tier. Thank you so much, man. Very much.
Yes. Yeah, man. Welcome. To me, when I look at that game and I look at them, the 49ers coming in black, and I've said this 1,000 times. I don't want to have to keep repeating it, but I just felt like the Eagles lost this game before it even started. The 49ers wanted it more. They came to bully. And, to see, Bradbury getting, bumped around and nobody helping him, if I would have seen that before that game started, I said, this game's over. It was a beating. It was a beating. And to me, if this team doesn't come out angry and if they don't come out pissed off and intense, then if they go out and they get their ass kicked by Dallas tomorrow, some way, somehow, and I don't think it's going to happen, but then there's something deeper going on than we even know.
Do you think that if they lose against Dallas or even gets wrecked by Dallas, do you think that they need to evaluate this coaching staff a little bit?
I think if they get destroyed by Dallas, Dallas we haven't won in Dallas since 2017. If you look at some of the scores that we've had in Dallas, they're all blowouts, except for maybe like one. If they get blown out tomorrow, if Dallas puts up 40 points and we lose like 40-20, 47, like, yeah, then I would say so. If you lose a tough, close game, no, I don't think so. But, but I am very interested in seeing how this team responds to what happened last week. I'm really interested because I believe this is the golden era of Eagles football. And I also believe that this is not going to happen again. I really don't believe it is.
Well, I hope not. I mean, if it does, then yeah, it's going to question the rest of the season, and I don't know how much high hope I'm going to have. It's not going to be like, oh, we're only 10-3. It's not going to be that way anymore. Now you're getting to the most important part of your season where you just went through really the hardest part of your schedule. To be honest with you, this would probably be that's the next, I guess. Going into Dallas where they're really good at home and getting out a win. This is first seed we're talking about here. This isn't, I think the Eagles will lock up the division regardless, but this is about first seed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because the division, when you get to all the tiebreakers, the Eagles will have Dallas on the tiebreakers. So, division isn't a concern, but I don't think you're the number one seed if you lose tomorrow.
No.
I don't think so. LJ, thank you for the super chat. He goes, ESPN's Testicle. Is that really a real name? Testicle? Testicular tickle?
Yeah.
Reporting Goddard is playing. Oh, I expect Goddard to play. As soon as I saw he was full practice, I knew Goddard is
He's ready.
He's playing. Jeff Murphy says, Dallas is way too confident. Hell, they lost worse to San Francisco than we did. They beat shit teams as we beat good teams. We beat them already, but we are the underdogs. I agree. I think they are I think they're way too confident. I mean, just watching Mark Holmes this week, way too confident. He acts like it's already over. And then this dude's literally trying to bait me. He's baiting me and getting mad that I'm not talking shit. He's like, why aren't you sending pictures to me? Why aren't you trolling? I'm like, this is a big game. I think I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and let's focus on playing football. And, I think Cowboy fans are way too confident. And I think the Eagles are going to beat their ass tomorrow.
And maybe it's better that the Eagles got their ass kicked. Maybe that's the one thing they shouldn't have wished for, to be honest.
Yeah. To me, what I want to see is I want to see a team come out that's united, that ain't going to let nobody push any of their players without getting in on it. There's not going to allow teams to push your quarterback out of bounds and not help your quarterback up or not protect them. Like, I want to see a team that comes in that's intense. I want to see a team that comes in that's united and ready to fight and ready for war. If we get that out of the Eagles, if we had that out of the Eagles last week, we would have won. But we got to get it tomorrow from them. To me, that's the biggest thing, because I was really disappointed in just the way it was such a nonchalant game for the Eagles.
Agreed.
I mean, if you look at AJ Brown during the week trying to make like AJ Brown apologizing for what Deebo Samuel said and acting like, oh, he's a good guy. Like, no, you should be sticking up for James Bradbury. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The whole 49ers thing rubbed me the wrong way. So I expect to see just a different attitude coming into that game.
True. I agree.
The Gabagool Eater, what's going on? Member for 24 months. Thank you so much for all the support. Media has always been disrespecting us. Nothing new. No, there is nothing new. It's just that, now they had a loss to do it, and a bad loss. Joe says, we act like we didn't know this was the toughest stretch of the schedule. We lost a game that we all knew we could. So what? Beat the Cowboys in the 49ers game. We've forgotten. I agree. I mean, I've it's not even losing the game. It's just the way that I felt the players carried themselves going into it. But I think that's all forgotten. And I don't think I think it's very hard for Jalen Hurts to go and lose 2 games. And I think there's a Cowboy fans. I think they're way too overconfident. And I really think the Eagles are going to beat the crap out of this team tomorrow. I do. I feel really good about this game. I feel really good.
It comes into I mean, look, it's the Eagles took a beating And like talk is cheap at the end of the day for me. Like I know AJ Brown's like, yo, we just watch Sunday. You know, I know he put out that stupid thing on Instagram where he's like, oh, like something about him being covered or not getting the ball thrown to him or something like that.
Who did that? Slay?
No. AJ Brown put something on Instagram like, oh, this is who I was covering. Or he put some picture up of some dude that's like has his hand out like, this is the guy that was on me all, you know. So I guess maybe he wants the ball more. I don't know, because this is just how he is sometimes. He doesn't have much opportunity. I mean, he would have had a better game if, you know, we got our shit together. But the Eagles, like you said, you know, last week, you said the Eagles, you know, found out too late that they were in a dogfight. Really, when the big Dom situation happened, like, holy shit, like we're in a dogfight right now. And it was just too late at that point.
Yeah.
And they still couldn't figure it out. So playing one quarter of good football on 2 drives that really result in touchdowns, it was it.
Yeah, I agree. See, this is exactly what I'm saying. See, House Nelson, this is the Cowboys' attitude all week. I agree 500. Bland might have 2 to the house tomorrow. Bland can't cover nobody, but he gets a little lucky with interception for touchdowns, and he's going to take 2 tomorrow. See, I think the biggest thing for the Cowboys, the biggest problem was the way we lost that last week's game. Because I think it's a gut check. I think this team's coming in focused. I think they should be coming in pissed off. And I think that's bad news for Dallas. They've won 14 in a row. They've beaten a bunch of bad teams that they blow out, and they always think they're better than what they are. And the Eagles are battle tested. The Eagles are pissed off. And I think the Eagles are going to win this game tomorrow, and I think they're going to win by double digits. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't care what anybody says. I really believe that.
I hope they.
Art made peace. Thank you for super chat. He goes, I'm worried we can't win this game. Well, I mean, I understand that. I totally get that, but we're winning this game tomorrow, my friend. We are winning this game. Is this you or me?
It's you, I think.
Okay. Kenneth Butler, member for 15 months. Thank you for all the support, my man. Eagles are hungry now. We will win in Dallas. I like it. I got my broom ready. I'm going to have it right up there behind my camera. Young Truth, David Super Chat. He goes, we coming for blood. Y'all see the Dak and dissing us? Yeah, did you see this thing with Dak?
Commercial?
The commercial?
Yes.
I guess he put a sticker of the Eagles or something where I don't even freaking understand. Well, that doesn't bother me. Whatever. Just be ready to play. Like, you know, Dak. I'm telling you, they're very cocky this week. They're very cocky.
Yeah,
they're very arrogant. Kyle says, Philly 500. I looked over the stats in the 49ers game. Our linebackers killed us, not our secondary. Oh, the linebackers were horrible. They were horrible. I totally agree with that. I didn't really go off on the secondary at all. To me, it was an attitude. To me, it was more of a team not matching the intensity of the other team.
Yes.
That to me was your number one issue to start this game. Maybe they were tired. I mean, they did play 3 games in like 13 days when you consider all the snaps in the Buffalo game. I mean, maybe they were. It happens. And every week we're playing on bad weather. I mean, you know, the only good thing about playing Dallas tomorrow, it's going to not be bad weather.
Right.
Our guys are going to feel fast as shit on the field. Are you kidding? Skid Marks, David Super Chat. He goes, for having 2 coordinators and 4 new defensive starters, playing the toughest schedule of any team, if you told me that we could be 10-2, I would have rubbed one out on Santa's lap in the ball. Of all the people, it has to be Santa.
That's dirty.
Thank you, Skid Marks. Yeah, listen, the record is fine. I mean, this team is. I think they're gonna whip ass tomorrow.
I know the Eagles are going to. I mean, I know the defense is going to get. I mean, apparently, from what we heard this week, I mean, even from Nick, he said that they're going to make some so-called changes to the defense this week. And obviously you have Bradley Roby back. He didn't play in the Cowboys game last time, where CeeDee Lamb was on the inside facing 2 undrafted free agents for almost 200 yards. I mean, obviously that made a big difference. So getting him back should be great. Yeah. And we haven't talked about our new linebacker in Shaq Leonard. Were you kind of shocked that he signed? Are you really shocked that he signed Philadelphia? I was actually a little shocked. Be honest.
No, I wasn't, but I mean his reasoning was not what I thought. I thought because of the potential to get more playing time, I thought he would
Right.
choose Philly.
Okay.
But he said it was because Nick Sirianni. So I thought that's awesome. And we
Mm.
got 526 people in both chats. If you're new, hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get my channel. I don't even have 100 likes. We got 100 likes. You're killing me with the algorithm. That's why we're getting censored. Hit that like button. Dirty D says he's a member for 11 months. Thank you, man, for all the support. He says, go Birds, down with Dallas. Agreed. Rob, thank you for super chat. He goes, Cowboy fans overconfident, but I do think that Dak Prescott and the offense are. Well, listen, they have played well, and it's very hard. It's very hard to say our defense is going to step up. Like, the defense just hasn't looked good. What can you say? So I totally get it. Good vibes only. David Super Chat goes, defense got to make stops, tackle, and get turnovers. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Sticks, David Super Chat. He goes, Dallas crumbles this time of year always. Absolutely. We're coming out of our hardest part of the schedule. They're going into their hardest part of the schedule.
Right.
Cheyenne, member for 18 months, thank you. So you think Shaq Leonard gets a lot of time more? I don't know. What do you think? You think he's going to get a lot of playing time?
I do.
More?
I think he does. Yes, I think he does. I mean, he spent a lot of time. Like they've been really trying to ramp his time up. I know, like a few days before he was with the defensive coaches like all day. To have him, and I think that's a lackluster part of our defense at linebacker, especially with Morrow, because I think like Zach Cunningham is the better tackler. I mean, Morrow gave up 170 something, 180 something yards. I mean, it's crazy. Definitely getting Zach Cunningham back is huge, and kind of having them be like the duo, see what happens there. And I think it'll be better. I think Leonard's going to have a lot of playing time.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
We'll see. S.A. David Super Chat goes, thoughts on Kylie Ringo replacing Slay next year? A.J. Brown seems to like his play style. If Kevin leaves, maybe he can be the other safety. I have to see more Ringo before I can say I trust him to be the a starter. But I mean, me and Joey talked a little bit before the stream. But I mean, I don't want to talk about the end of the season now. But Slay's got to go. I could get corners that could be way more up. I mean, you guys probably everybody saw what he said in his podcast. First of all, man, he speaks too much. He speaks too much.
The players having their own podcast is just, I can't stand that shit now. Like all these players have their podcasts. I feel like they put a target on their back. And did he honestly think if he said that? And let me tell you something. Like Seth Joyner, said a lot of crazy. Like he's been going back and forth. He wasn't even done after Sunday. He kept going back and forth, really trying to get under the skin of this defense a little bit. I mean, this is your leader. I mean, this is a guy that almost went to Baltimore, and we were pissed over that. Came back, got more money. If you're worried about being healthy for your kids and your family, like once you strap that helmet on, you sign that contract, getting paid millions, there is no excuse to say that I'm not going to tackle this way. I'm not going to I haven't seen Deebo Samuel wanted all the smoke this week. He went on kick returns, and we're pity-patting around with these soft tackles, and there's no hard hitters on this squad. Is that Sean Desai? And I mean, I don't know what it is. Like, he's coming up with every excuse to be like, oh, well, I got the guy down. Well, if I got him down, I got him down. It's so weak. And, dude, just retire. If you're worried about your health so much, just retire. Just leave.
I thought it was embarrassing. I thought it was actually embarrassing.
It was.
Seth Joyner played on the Eagles at the time that, I was really influenced by defense and how you play defense. Seth Joyner, if you had a bunch of Seth Joyners on this field, that wouldn't happen. Okay, even in today's football, I thought it was I thought it was horrible. I thought I had a good game. He said he thought he had a good game.
5 tackles.
How could anybody think that? I don't understand. That's, to me, it just doesn't compute. I don't like the attitude, and to me that attitude, that mindset is why you got your ass kicked by the 49ers. That's why, and it makes me wonder, did they even learn this week? I mean, some of the things A.J. Brown said gave me a lot of confidence that they recognized it. But when I hear Darius Slay, I'm thinking, man, did this guy even see did he even watch the game back to see, I don't know. Art make peace, David Super Chat. He goes, so we have a referee staff that's 7-0 with the Eagles in this game. Is that just Cowboy fans trying to find excuses already before the game starts? Of course. Of course. They're already trying to make excuses. But they're way too confident, you know.
True.
Jonathan Cunningham, David Super Chat. He goes, Eagles fans living in enemy territory. Oh man. I feel for you. He goes, I'll be at the game tomorrow to rep our birds. Pound fly, Eagles fly. Let's ruin their home field streak. Hey, man, shout out to you living in enemy territory, man. Go in there and do damage. Do damage tomorrow, my man. Let's get a win, you know? And thank you so much. Fap Folder David Super Chat goes, what's up, 500 Joey? Let's fap away on Sunday. Fap is flap? I don't know. But yes, let's do it. What does that say? Sticks, David Super Chat, feed Swift, and we win tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, we could get the game plan. I'm gonna get in the game plan. We're gonna get into a second. There's just so much other bullshit happening this week. It's crazy. Jonah, thank you for being a member. I believe this is you and me.
Yeah, I have my thing.
Welcome to Dingbat Nation, Jonah. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. I wish it would tell you on the StreamYard.
Yeah, don't.
But yeah, I mean, I really didn't like Slay's comment. I'm very happy to have Shaq Leonard, and you know, we'll see what the Eagles do, what kind of adjustments and things that they make. You know, in terms of this game, I mean, is there anything you specifically think they need to do or want to see them do going in this game? I would say first and foremost, you got to have the same amount of intensity as your team you're playing. If you're not ready and prepared mentally, then you don't stand a chance, and they better be there tomorrow.
Yeah, if you don't have that, you're not going to win football games. I mean, yeah, I mean, they got to. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, I know Hurts has been missing some guys wide open. Even last game he did. I mean, you know, bailing out too early at times. There's no RPOs, and the thing that like really just, I mean, the rumor mill right now was Nick, you know, Dave Spadaro had some questions out for fans, wanted to answer fans, and there was a speculation, or not really a rumor, kind of confirmed that Nick Sirianni has been running this offense, that it's been his game plan, and literally the coordinators have been kind of piggybacking off of him. So that's this offense looked the same every game, besides the 49ers game, where they only played one good quarter.
And it's always the same game plan. You know,
yeah,
come out and throw in the first half, and you run second half.
But here's what I'm saying, like why so much play action even against the 49ers? Like, here's football 101. Like, how does play action even work? Well, there's got to be a successful run game. So how are you even doing play action that much? Like, I don't get why they think that teams are going to get fooled over that if you're not running the ball enough. And I think that's offensively, like, Swift needs 18 to 25 carries. I'm done with, they got to keep him healthy for the playoffs. I'm done. Unleash DeAndre Swift. Stop running Gainwell between the 20s. Stop putting him in the passing game. Stop putting Gainwell in backside motion. It's tiring, man. It's just really tiring, and they have to get this right.
It's interesting you bring up the thing. I'm gonna tell you what. I was going on Jacob Sports. I was going on Dan Cilio's show, and right as I was in the backstage going on, he gets a text from Frank Reich, and Frank Reich was telling him how the Eagles used to build their offensive game plan when he was there, and I'm assuming it's probably still similar. And he basically said that they use basically everything's run off analytics, and that the analytics department makes up and gets all the information and then gives it to the coaches, and then they make the game plan based upon the analytics they're given.
They did that Super Bowl year?
They did it the Super Bowl year. They did it every year. And and this is what Frank Reich is telling him, and I'm seeing it. I saw a text that it's what he said.
Wow.
So if that's true, and it kind of makes sense in a way, because why is it that the game plan's always the same?
But so they can't make so they're not making adjustments, then,
right? And then what happens is once you go into halftime, they have to make coaching adjustments. And the coaches make the adjustments, and then they look much better. So I don't know if it's true. I don't know if they're still doing it, but that's what he said. And that kind of backs up what Spadaro was saying about Nick Sirianni coming up and then telling what his coaching staff what he wants to do, because he's getting it all from the analytics department. If that's true, they got to get away from that.
Yeah,
they got to get away from it. And the thing is, I saw the text. I saw it. So it's not like I can say he's made. No, I saw it. I don't know. It's scary. S.A. David Super Chat, he goes, you could see the one-loss mentality game. There's an invincible feeling that poisoned the locker room. They needed to be humbled. I agree. I think they did need to be humbled. And I think they needed to realize that, you know what, we're not going to, just because we're winning all these tough games, it's not always going to fall our way. We gotta be ready. Sometimes you need a good ass kick.
But dude, my
dad used to tell me I was little, listen, son, every so often you need a good ass kicking.
Yeah, well,
I agree.
Look at Tom Brady, even with they lost against the Saints 2 times during that year, and they still ended up winning everything. It's just sometimes your team can't be consistently prepared mentally. But that game was just, it's not just mentally for a regular division game. This was more than that. This was shit talking from last year into this past offseason, and everybody had this circled on their calendar as one of the biggest games of the year, and that's how they treated it. And I was shocked on how they didn't in your own house, that's what you portrayed.
The Eagles did not feel the same way as the 49ers did the offseason about it, LJ, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, Cowgirls choke harder than Stormy Daniels in 1999. Oh my God.
What do you mean? You know who that is?
Yeah, well, yeah, I know because
how do you know though?
Trump. Because of Trump. Because the whole thing was on the news. It was on the news every day. It was on the news every day. I didn't know who the hell it was before that, though. No.
Yeah, I didn't know
41 to 33, member for 2 months. Happy for you, 500 channels growing this year. Well deserved. Been watching forever. New member. Keep it up. Besides my pops, there's no one I'd like to watch the game with the 500 game streak. 41 to 33. You are awesome. Thank you so much. You just made my day. Thank you. Marco Lucio, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, how you feeling about this game? If we lose, what do we do? What's next? Even if we win out, I'm not confident this team. I don't know this season, man. I think that that lack of confidence is the kind of beating we took. It just shows you the kind of beating we took last week. I think that listen, if you lose this game, you're probably still the number 2 seed when it's all said and done, because your schedule is going to get a lot easier. But I really think this team needs that bye week. I think they need that week of rest.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and some people actually think the number 2 seed is a better seed to have. It's an easier way to get to the NFC Championship game. So
could be.
Yeah. I suppose it's 500. You should interview Frank Reich. Imagine that stream. That would be fun. I mean, I don't know if Dan Sealy was supposed to be telling that in a stream, but he was, I was like, it was surprising, but not surprising. Me and you have dealt with the whole analytics stuff with the Eagles before, so
not just on game day, but on for the drafts. That's been our Achilles heel for a lot of years.
The thing that was weird was that watching that 49ers game, it was and they kept talking about it during the game, and I had my little earpiece on, and I could hear him saying the 49ers are constantly playing the pass and backing up in zone coverage on first down. Yet the Eagles continuously tried to throw it. And if you just look at it, if you run a delayed draw to Swift, that's an easy 8 yards. Right on first down. Now you're in 2nd and 2, and that's how you get going. I mean, there's 3 or 4 games this year where it was DeAndre Swift and his play that got that offense rolling.
Yeah.
Why do we not use him more?
He's the juice, man. That's why I feel why is Julio Jones here? Why is Rashad Penny here? I feel like there's even a couple roster spots we're not even really utilizing. Is Quez going to get more opportunity this week? Are they really trying to get him, they're trying to get him more opportunity than Zacchaeus now since he's been back a couple weeks? I don't know.
Yeah. S.A. Dave for Super Chat goes, Jack Stahl could be a good number 2 to Dallas Hurts missed him 2 or 3 times, and the route running is underrated. I thought a couple plays they had to stall I kind of liked. A stall I don't think was bad, but I mean really they don't use them that much. Maybe 1 or 2 design plays a game. Do you think Ertz comes back to Philly?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I heard the 49ers have interest. I
Yeah.
heard Baltimore said they were out, so I know Baltimore's out, which I thought that was the more likely plan, but I think the 49ers, not that the 49ers need him, I think they just want to take him away from Philly. I think that's what they want to do. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't see he wants to go to a contender, but really I think it's between the 49ers and the Eagles, to be honest, if that's the case, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles definitely could use a number 2 tight end. I think Stall's all right. Calcaterra can never stay healthy, man.
Right,
Just
no.
like it's one thing after another. But getting Goddard back tomorrow is huge for us. I think it's huge. What I would like to see is I'd like to see this team come out tomorrow and run. I mean, I think offensively it's simple. Run it, Micah Parsons. You got to run the ball at Micah Parsons. They have a problem running the ball, and I think if the Eagles actually came out and ran early, I think that would throw the Cowboys off because I don't think they're expecting it.
Because what type of blueprint did, the so-called blueprint that, because Cowboy fans and 49er fans were holding hands this past, pretty much this past week. Let's weaken the Eagles up for the Cowboys. That's pretty much been the main thing this week. But the big opportunity that the Eagles have is they could take advantage of this whole situation and totally change everything. And like you said, throw the Cowboys off and throw a lot of other teams off the rest of the schedule. Because really at the end of the day, you shut out the Cowboys, which the Eagles haven't done that. It's been a long time. So win this division, and because the end schedules are night and day, because the Cowboys are going to be running into their gauntlet when they still have to face Buffalo, they still have to face Miami, they still have to face Detroit, and the Eagles have the Giants. Obviously they have Seattle, but they have the Giants, they have Arizona and the Giants. So the Eagles have got by. Like if you get through this game,
if the Eagles win, I think this game. My feeling is this is the number 1 seed on the line. If you win this game, I think that the route to getting the number 1 seed is clear as day and very doable. If you lose this game, then you have to obviously start to worry about the 49ers not losing again. That Ravens game, we're all going to be rooting for the Ravens. So the best way to do it is to win this game. Because I think you could beat Seattle on Monday night, and I think you can. And I know you win the last 3 games.
right.
King Matumba Davis super chat. He goes more about Ferguson. He seems legit. I don't want to say I like Ferguson because he's a Cowboy, but I like his play. I think he's got some upside for Dallas. The thing is if we're going to talk about Dallas's offense, I mean. The Eagles haven't stopped anybody on offense on their defense. When's the last time they've stopped people? It's been maybe the best game was what? Maybe the Miami game, and they still let points up.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you get into where you're getting into these 2nd and 2s, you can't win on first. If you don't win on first down, like the defense is going to get tired out. Like 2nd and 2, that's all I was seeing. 2nd and 2, 2nd and 2,
Yeah.
2nd and 1, 2nd and 3. Like you can't get into those situations. But your defensive line can't hit home right now. You gotta at least get at least a 5th guy to blitz. I mean, something. You have to take chances, and Desai is playing it way too safe. Your linebackers are getting killed, and if you're going to keep everything open underneath, man, you got to fucking tackle. The only 2 players that sacrifice their bodies and lay the wood on somebody, is Sidney Brown and Reed Blankenship are really the
Why
only
do
2
they take
guys.
Sidney Brown out of the game though?
I don't know.
He needs more reps. Yeah, I agree. As a Davis super chat, several teams have been dropping back in zone. No idea why we haven't adjusted to this yet. Drop 7 and run the damn ball. I know. It takes them a whole half to do it, to make any adjustments. LJ Davis super chat. He goes, Texas boy is Mark Holmes and Bad Dog's love child. I figured that's what it was. If the Eagles are going to be able to stop Dallas's offense, you got to get pressure. I mean, you have to get pressure, and I think you need Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter to have a really good game. I think you need pressure up the middle, because if you give Dak Prescott 7, 8 easy yards because you're playing cushion and you're not getting pressure, he's gonna kill you with 1,000 paper cuts, and they're just gonna go down the field that way. The Eagles have to step up. And the thing is they blitz versus the 49ers. And I realized, we realized a couple weeks ago that this team doesn't know how to blitz.
No,
These guys, they do not practice blitzing, because you can't blitz and go and they blitz. The player who's blitzing looks like he's not sure if he wants to back out of it or not. It's like it comes half speed. I don't think they know how to blitz at all.
No, you showed me that video. I remember it was like you're just texting me one night, and you're just like, dude, like look at how sloppy this looks. I'm like, yeah. No, it's like it looks horrible.
And if one guy's up and it looks like he's going to blitz the A gap, and he looks like it, he blitzes it. There's never a position where he backs off and maybe the corner comes on a blitz. There's no trying to fool him.
I know Philly is looking for someone to throw the axe down next season in this defense next season.
Dude, draft 54. Let's get them draft 54 hats. Dude, listen, they need a line, and this is a perfect comment for it. Joe says, and shout out to Joe, he said, Philly Joey, I blame Howie vision for consistently refusing to pay linebackers. I totally agree. This has been since Jim Johnson. It's time to draft a linebacker high in the draft, sign a linebacker a free agent, solidify linebackers. I agree with you. And the thing is you could have kept TJ Edwards. He didn't really make that much money.
Dude, look at what all these ex-Eagle linebackers, like even Kaiser White's playing good for Arizona. Arizona's not a great team, but Kaiser White's he's playing like destructive. Alex Singleton's not even playing bad for Denver right now, leading them in tackle. I mean, it's TJ Edwards just balling out, dude. I mean, balling out in Chicago.
I know.
It's crazy.
You should have kept him. If we would have kept him, we would be fine. Because I like Zach Cunningham. I think he's played well. Milo says, you've seen on Slate's podcast thing he was saying 2 different times that Leonard looked amazing, and he said it about Byard at practice, but twice about Leonard. Man, might be good news. I have a good feeling that Shaq Leonard is going to be better than people think he is. You don't know what that owner in Indianapolis does some wacky things.
Yeah, he's on some drugs.
He does. He is.
He's on some drugs. But some of these players, like, well, why did he leave the Colts? Like, why? I understand. Like, there was apparently he was shocked over it. Like, there was a big falling out, and that's perfectly fine. But 2 back surgeries, I get it, and that's hard to come back to be the player that you were, an All-Pro player that he was. But some players just need new background. Some players, either it's going to work or it's not going to work. He might, if he comes to the Eagles, like as of right now, he's here. So if he plays really well, he's 28 years old. I get it. So there's not,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's in the perfect part of the prime of his career where he can really be a good player. Maybe they could extend him for a year. I don't know what he's looking for. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, we're gonna find out. I mean, we also have to give him time. If he goes out tomorrow and he doesn't do much, or he's not a factor, or he doesn't do something right, it's gonna take him some time to adjust. Domani, thank you for super chat. He goes, if we make sure Swift has a good game, we will win. Run the ball early and often, use RPOs and play action to set up the pass. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Will the Eagles use the RPOs, though? That's the question.
You got to slow up the linebackers. You got to. They did no RPOs last week. I mean, why?
Done many at all this whole year. I think if you came out tomorrow and you just you say, what, we're going to start running the ball. We're going to come out running. And we're going to, I would activate Penny tomorrow. Okay, I'd have 4 running backs ready to go because I'm going to run. I'm going to run tomorrow, and I'm going to wear out that Cowboys defense by the 4th quarter. And I'm going to run right at Parsons. Where's Parsons? I'm running right at him.
Do you think they don't do
that's what I would do?
Do you think they don't do the RPOs because is Jalen Hurts hurting from not doing RPOs, and do you think it's because they don't run them? It's because of his injury?
I think they want to get away from it because he signed a big contract now, and they want to keep him for years. And I think the thought process is that, as these guys get older, you don't want them to get as many hits. and that puts him in a position where he can get hit more. I think that's why they're getting away from it. Dominic Davis Super Chat, he goes, hey, y'all, get them likes up. That's right. I got 184 likes here. Let's get them. We got to be over 200 likes. We got 809 people in the chat between both streams. Get them likes up. But, we'll see. If the Eagles come out and they throw him first down again, throw him second down, it's going to be the same thing. You've got to change things up. I think if they came out, and I'm not saying you have to be 60-40 run, but, listen, don't be afraid to run on first down when they're playing the pass.
And don't stray away from the run if Swift only gets like a yard or two. Like, that's what I feel like. I feel like if they don't get that big run from Swift, they don't continue it for a while.
Right.
And that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. The one thing about Dallas is they're not San Francisco. They're not nearly as good as the 49ers. So I think if you came out and you ran on them, I think you can go right down the field, and then you run a decent amount in the first half, get in that second half, then your play action will start working. Then all of a sudden that play action is going to freeze up that defense just enough time. You're going to have plays downfield to Brown, to Smith. I think it would throw the Cowboys completely off, because I think if you go back and you watch every game this year, they always come out throwing, not running.
Yeah.
And S.A. Davis Super Chat, Dallas should be easier to run on. Parsons is bad. I agree. And then, defensively, it's like, okay, how do you stop the offense when you can't stop anybody? And I think you got to find ways to get pressure up the middle. I think Jalen Carr and Jordan Davis need to have a good game. I think that's the first thing. I would like to see them put somebody like I would shadow CeeDee Lamb. Just tell Slay to follow him around. Maybe get some help with safety. But try to take CeeDee out as much as possible. Force the other guys to have to make throws. I'm not worried about their run game, and I'm not worried about Pollard.
They're gonna put CD in the slot. It's going to have probably the whole entire game. It wouldn't shock me.
Right.
It wouldn't.
So if you have Slay and Bradbury on the outside, and you're putting Roby, a lot of people are like, well, Roby's playing this game, it'll be a lot better. CeeDee Lamb's going to eat him up. You got to do more than just put Roby on Slay and on CeeDee Lamb. And then the other thing is you got to stop Dallas in the red zone, because the one Dallas issue they have offensively, they're not great in the red zone. And if you can get stops and force field goals, I think we'll be fine. Bondology says, clown turds and whiners, midseason Super Bowl champs again. Laugh out loud.
Here's another thing too. Sorry, let me say one thing. And so this regards the linebackers too, because since we've dipped in the free agency, 4-5 times? I mean, almost at this point. Okay, Christian Ellis goes off waivers. It's got so much interest for like 6 teams have interest. And the Patriots, as soon as he landed on the Patriots, they claimed him. That's another problem too, because now you're losing special teams aces. Now you're losing big special teams players and a really big important part of your season. I don't know why they even put him on waivers. Why did I not want to keep him on special teams or something like that?
Well,
there
had to be somebody else that they could have moved.
Right?
Yeah, I don't understand it either. I think that was a big. I think that was a big mistake from them. You're too thin at linebacker anyways to be getting rid of him. Logan says, Philly Mark says you're in hiding. I've made video every day this week. What Mark's mad at is that he wants me to send him pictures of the Eagles and talk a lot of shit so that he can play the role of the Eagle fans are arrogant. Woe is us Cowboy fans. These Eagle fans are bullying us, and we're going to show them Sunday. I'm not doing it. I'm just concentrating on winning. I ain't saying shit this week. Let's go play this game. But that's what he's mad about, because I've literally made a video every day this week. I went on multiple shows. I don't know what he's talking about, and not once did he say, "Hey, come on my stream" or anything like that. He's just looking for motivation. That's all. Fugly David Super Chat. He goes, if we're advocating for RPO, we're kind of all saying he needs it. Last year, the narrative was that he needs it, and we disagreed. Be real, were they right? Were they right that he needs it? I don't think Jalen Hurts needs the RPOs to be successful in this league. I mean, the guy beat Patrick Mahomes. He beat Josh Allen. This narrative that Jalen Hurts is the MVP leader he should be benched. He's having a horrible season in 1 week is absolutely insane to me. The guy is having an MVP year. No, he doesn't need the RPOs. What the Eagles need is they need a threat of a run game. That's what they need. And if the only way that they're going to use run game is by incorporating some RPOs or at least having a threat of a run by using the RPOs, that's what people are talking about. If they would actually just come out and run the ball, I don't think you would see that. But it's the threat of the RPO. It's a threat of a balance that has been taken away because the Eagles, they don't come out and run the ball. They come out and they throw. Jalen Hurts I think he threw 22 times last week in the first half.
Yeah, it was 45 the whole game.
It's crazy.
Like they're not like they see that and they're just like they keep continuing. Like even like in the second half, even after the 3rd and 19 screen pass, and they got the first down by luck because Devontae Smith don't break tackles like that. It's very rare that even happens. And then they pass 3 times on a fresh set of downs. And Nick is sitting there all pissed off, but it's like, dude, like, where's like you're not doing anything. I don't get why you're so mad. This is your game plan, apparently.
Right. Ugh. Leon Banks, favorite super chat goes, plan on making babies tonight, going on a second date. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Good luck to you, Leon. Make them babies. I'll be baby making tomorrow night. Witch King says they play Seattle in 2 days, and they're still worried about us. Oh, the Niners, you mean? Niners play Seattle tomorrow, right? They're going to win that game. I'm going to probably stream that game, by the way, for everybody. But, yeah, they're going to win that game. What's going on, Twits? He was great against the Blitz. Please do it. I don't know who we're talking about. Fugly says, David Super J goes, wait, who's saying Hurts should be benched? Insane. What's the dude's name? David Carr?
Yeah.
Right, you saw that, right, Joey?
Yeah, benching Hurts for
David Carr said the Eagles need to bench Jalen Hurts for Mariota and let Mariota play because he could. I mean, it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane.
And usually these guys these ex-quarterbacks that talk about other quarterbacks have had horrible careers. And he's been sacked like 70-something times in his career that he's had.
He was horrible. Let me tell you, I don't believe he just said that based on the 49ers game. He said that because he had planned to say that like 5 weeks ago, and every week he couldn't use it because we were winning. And he waited till we lost to say it. Was such a dumb comment. It's ridiculous. Joe says, Philly Joey, Eagles have a great chance of running the table. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Winers will have to come back here in January, and I will take my chances of a playoff game here for San Francisco. I agree. If the Eagles win tomorrow, I don't think the Eagles I don't think they'll lose that number 1 seed because I don't think they'll lose again. Now, I guess maybe you could lose at Seattle if you're not ready to play. But if they beat Dallas, I think the Eagles run the table. And I think the Eagles get the number 1 seed. And then you're probably looking at the 49ers coming to Philly. I think the NFC Championship games, the Eagles and Niners, I think they're going to play again. It's just a matter of where they're going to play.
Right.
You
get it.
Yep. Schedule F'd us for the Priors game. The Niners. Well, and Dallas has got 10 days of rest too.
As well.
I mean, Dallas has. I don't know if that helps Dallas. Those players and stuff, they're the type of players and stuff that like all they do is read their press clippings about how great they are. So they've had 10 days to hear about how great they are, and they're going to get their ass kicked tomorrow.
It's true.
I think. What is your prediction for the score?
If they come out on good terms, I could see a 27-24 game.
27. That's pretty good.
Pretty
I said in my preview prediction 73-3 Eagles. And I was just joking. And in my post-credit scene, I put the real score. And some people got so pissed off. I'm like, oh my God, I'm joking. I think the Eagles, I got the Eagles winning like 31-20 tomorrow.
Okay.
I think they're going to win. And I think it'll be close, and I think the Eagles blow it open in the fourth quarter. I just have a feeling that this team has got to shut a lot of people up. I think they heard a lot of shit this week. I think they're going to come out fired up and ready to go. And I think Dallas is running into a buzzsaw. I think this is going to be the most complete, best game offensively and defensively this year. And that's what I think is going to happen. I got the Eagles winning.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, that's really, look, you can have all the emotion. You can hear great things that the guys had some private conversations between the players, but it's on top of it. It's the coaching as well. I mean, the emotions only take you so far, and the coaching has got to be on. They got to be on their shit. So
got to be. Listen, if they come out with the same energy and the same lackluster approach to this game, if that happens, then I think that you might have a coaching problem. Because if you're a player, I mean, how can you not be fired up to play this game this week after what happened? Skid Marks, Davis Super Chat goes, nothing intimidates a team more than a nasty defense. So many teams have won Super Bowl with below average quarterback. 8-5 Bears, Ravens, Flacco, bring back the 90s nasty reputation. Listen, that's how I grew up. So I'm with you on that 100%. Thank you for Super Chat. Dalton Davis Super Chat, he goes, it's crazy how people just forget that the Cowgirls lost to the 49ers 42-10, but somehow when we lose, we're frauds. Oh, I know. Did you hear Steve Young too? He's another one this week saying the Eagles are a bunch of pretenders. They're not real legitimate contenders, and you should just take them off of the list of teams that could actually win. It's just really crazy things been said all week. LJ Davis Super Chat goes, Cowgirls about to get Tina Turner tomorrow. Yes, they are. And then what about this? What about Bosa? Did you see Bosa? We put the blueprint out to beat. We put the blueprint out how to beat Jalen Hurts.
He got his ass
Hopefully,
kicked.
our butt buddies, the Cowboys, can go out and do what we did. I mean, they're like butt buddies now.
Because they don't want to face the Eagles after this embarrassing, loss for us. They don't want to face the Eagles again. They don't want to get into that situation again.
Dude, the Cowboys and the 49er fans disgust me. It's disgusting. This alliance of old teams that can't win anymore is disgusting. Bonzology says 31-7. I like it. Yeah, I feel good about this game. I do.
How does luck run? Like, how does our luck run out? I don't get it. Like, it's not like it's a regular. The thing that's on the Eagles side right now is there's time on the Eagles side. This isn't the last game of the regular season going to the playoffs. Like, there's a lot. There's a lot. 5-6 games to play left. Like,
for all we know, the 49ers peaked too early.
You never know.
You never know. There's 5 games left? 5 weeks before even playoffs. There's plenty of time to fix it. Even if you lose tomorrow, there's plenty of time to win everything. You just, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of haters out there that were just like getting frustrated for week after week after week that we kept winning. And then when we finally lost, it boiled over. You know what I mean? If every week we're going to lose and we're overrated, every week we're going to lose. Eventually, at some point, we're going to lose and they're going to be right. But they ignore all the weeks that they were wrong.
That's what they've been doing, right?
Yeah. Blueprint has been sent to all teams. Yeah, I think that's the funniest thing.
It's so lame. So lame.
Yeah, it really is. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to play the 49ers again, too.
They better hope we don't shut them out in the season. We take the brooms out. They better hope. They better play a good game at home, because if they get embarrassed at home, I don't care if it's get embarrassed by a 3-point win. I'm telling you, like
Cowboys?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they lose tomorrow. They can kiss any hopes of the division goodbye. LJ Davis Super Chat goes, Whiners plus Cowgirls equals sisterhood of the traveling pants. Listen, the thing is with Dallas, I mean, they got to play the Eagles. They got to go to Buffalo. You think that's an easy game? That's not an easy game going to Buffalo. Buffalo's playing Kansas City. They might lose this week. They're going to be in must-win situation in Buffalo, in the cold, playing Dallas. Dallas has got to go to Miami. Miami's fighting for a number 1 seed. Miami's much better at home than they are on the road. That's a tough game. They still got to play Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Dallas can win a division whether they win or not tomorrow at all. So, to me, it's all about the bye week. Killuminati says, my only worry, Joey and Philly, is how can we still be talking about having to fix anything where week 13 it should be fixed already? Well, I agree. Listen, there are concerns about this team. We all have, and my only rationale for that is that they won so many games early on, then they lose to the Jets, and the way they lost to the Jets, it was like, listen, we made one play, we win this game. It's not a big deal. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. And then they just kept going on another winning streak, going, hey, we're winning. Why change anything? We're winning. Why change anything? And they really didn't try to fix anything or change anything because they were winning. And then now, at the way they got beat and everything that happened, now they'll finally make the adjustments. That's my rationale.
And what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to, because the Eagles lost against the Niners, that we're supposed to just lay down and say, the season's over now? Like, the Eagles are going to be in the playoffs regardless if they're first seed, second seed, whatever the case may be. But time is on the Eagles' side right now to get things going. I don't agree with the shit that Slay said. I don't agree with the coaching staff and Brian Johnson and Sean Desai and even Nick Sirianni that literally has control over everything. I'm going to support it regardless, as much as I don't like it. But when the chips fall, they're going to fall. And if there needs to be a change, I'm going to say that there's going to be a change. And depends on if they come out flat in this game against the Cowboys and look like they're just out of it, it's going to be a problem. Then there's just a bigger problem than what we feared there was going to be.
Right. MJ says Dallas will be tied for first place. Yeah, they'll be tied technically in wins if they win.
Right.
But in tiebreakers, they'll be behind. By the time the season ends, if both teams, let's say, win out, the Eagles would win a tiebreaker. That third conference loss is going to end up killing Dallas for the division. So Dallas really needs to be one game up on the Eagles in order to win the division at the end. By the way it plays out. So,
right.
That's why the Eagles, I don't want to lose this game because I think this is about the number 1 seed. And I also think this is about answering that beatdown. You know what I mean? That beatdown, I think you got to answer for that. And you got to go out and you got to take it on Dallas,
So they got to do.
Yeah. Dwight says 500. It's a must-win tomorrow for Dallas Cowboys. It's paramount for them Cowboys to. Oh yeah, this is a must-win for the Dallas. If Dallas wants to have a chance to win the division, they can't lose this game. If they lose this game, it's over because the Eagles would have swept them. The Eagles will have a better division record, and that would pretty much finish Dallas for a division. They're pretty much stuck at that 5th seed. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're right. It is a must win. If they want to win a division, they got to win tomorrow.
I agree.
Let's see. Dak and Dallas always seem to find a way to lose a big. Yeah, especially in December. To me, this isn't even about Dallas. This is about how do the Eagles answer what
it's about us.
Mm-hmm. What adjustments do you make, and how do you come in and fix it? And that's what I'm interested in. I don't put a lot of stock into what happened in the first game. So it's a brand new game now, and Dallas really got lucky to beat Seattle. They came back, they won. Give them all credit. But that Seattle game tells me that Dallas could be beat at home. They're not as invincible as everybody thinks they are.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll prove it tomorrow. Let's see. We are in our house. Dallas is going off tomorrow. We'll see. We will see.
That's what it is. It's like, oh, Eagles have no chance now because of the
Yeah,
loss
Eagles have
last
no
week,
chance.
and Dallas is good at home, and that's it.
Yeah, Dak Prescott MVP. Dak Prescott doing colon cancer commercial. Dak Prescott this. Dak Prescott that. They're so great. Okay, great. Okay, great. You're great. Let's play. Let's play football. Let's play football. Let's play football. That's all I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
The Seahawks games, ref marched the Cowboys down the field every time Seattle got an 8-point lead. The referees had like 50 yards the following drive for Dallas to move the ball downfield. It was crazy. But even through all that, man, stupid Seattle, all they had to do is make one play.
I mean,
makes that one catch, it's over.
They talked about us. They talked about us. The refs helping us. Holy shit, that game was unwatchable. That's how bad it was. It was bad.
I know. And if the Eagles win tomorrow, it's because of the referees. You already know the narrative. Don David Super Chat goes, can we talk about the bums mocking Carter for crying after loss? When did it become a bad thing to actually care about your profession? Yeah, I saw that, making fun of him about crying over losing. I mean, this is a guy that doesn't lose much, right? In college, he didn't lose much at all. And at least to me, I felt like, well, damn, at least Jalen Carter's showing he cares. There were a lot of guys out there that to me didn't seem like they cared whether they lost or not. So I have no issue with it at all.
I feel like there was a mix. I feel like there was like players that really cared, and because of that unbalance, it just made the game a complete mess.
Yeah. I mean, Slade coming out in his podcast saying he thinks he had a great game is the most aggravating thing in the world. I would never say that. I could have 3 touchdowns in a game and play great, and I wouldn't say that if we lost like that. I don't know how you could say it, but I mean, there are guys that did. I thought Devontae Smith, I mean, he was running through guys. He was like, that dude came to play.
Mm-hmm.
There were certain guys that did, but there were certain guys that just acted like, it's just another game.
Yeah, flip-flops.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and they're coming all dressed in black for our funeral. I mean, dude, I don't know what else, like, what other, like, that would fire me up so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny David Carr said that when his former teammate said he didn't even know the playbook. I saw that response. And does he feel the same way about brother Derek, who playing much worse than Hurts? Hurts went from the leading candidate to MVP to people calling for his benching in one game.
Mm-hmm.
One game. After beating Patrick Mahomes, after beating Tua, after beating Josh Allen, after beating Dak Prescott, after beating everybody. One game. And that's just hate, man. That's just flat out hate.
It is.
It's crazy, Lane Johnson came to play, I'll tell you that, because he manhandled Bosa.
Man. The offensive line played pretty damn good. I mean, they had some good protection all game, I gotta say.
Yeah. They didn't score in those first 2 drives.
Mm-hmm.
That kept the 49ers in it. And then they scored after the body slam with Smith. It looked like it kind of woke them up. And then they allowed the 49ers to just go right back down the field and score again. And that was it. That took everything out of them.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting game. I really think I have never seen Cowboy fans so overconfident before. So it's just it's a different feeling. Like, it seems like every week we go in, we're the best team in the league. We've 31 straight weeks. We're at first place. Seems like everything's going our way. And this is one week where it's like the team we're playing, everybody thinks is the greatest team ever. And, we stink now. We're frauds. So I really want to see how these players take that, what kind of pride they come out and show.
Yeah, I agree. It's the most important thing.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. How many games did you play after 31-7? We knocked y'all out. You just knock us down. Exactly right. Eagles will see the Niners again. You know what I mean? They'll see them. It's funny, Philly 500. You think you're the greatest team, and you're not. You barely won all those games against the Cowboys,
Oh
against
my
the Kansas City Chiefs,
God.
against
What the
fluffing all
fuck?
against Miami. Man, tell me where in the standings it says you have to blow out teams or you have to win by so much in order to be considered a good win. I would love to know that because, I grew up a win is a win. If you have more points at the end of the game, you won.
I don't
Good
get the
teams
whole
win.
I don't get the whole barely beating shit. I'm like tired of that shit all year. Like I
I
don't
mean,
get it.
dude, would you rather go into Kansas City and win a great game, go and beat Miami, go and beat all these teams in close games, or would you rather play crappy teams every week and blow them out and then try to tell everybody that means something? To me, that means a lot less because those teams like the Eagles that play these close games week to week, when you're in the playoffs and you're in the dogfight, you know how to pull it out. When you just beat bad teams and run up your record, we don't know how you're going to respond.
Just imagine if we on the top of these second halves, if we actually had first halves like our second halves, so we'd be scoring 30, 35 plus 40 plus points easy. But these coaches want to make it harder.
I'll tell you what, it would be justice tomorrow if the Eagles blow Dallas out. Like if they blow them out and it's the big win of the year, that would be the ultimate justice. Because what would they say? What could they possibly say? That would be
Dallas had a bad game.
Yeah, we had a bad game. Or the referees did this or that.
Yeah,
what could you say?
yeah.
The Eagles didn't blow out Kansas City Chiefs, but they blew you out. What are you gonna say? We have 5 rings. We have 5 rings. I never seen one of them.
The worst thing that happened. 5 rings. The worst thing that happened to the Cowboys this week because they feel so confident being at home facing the Eagles is that they shouldn't have seen the Eagles get their ass kicked that bad because if they get their ass kicked that bad like we did, it might be bad for them. It really might be. It might be the thing that might wake this coaching staff up, wake these players up, and it's probably what they shouldn't have asked for.
Dude, these comments are like they're making fun of Jalen Carter. They're talking about blowout. Like, dude, these guys are insane. Yeah, dude, you guys are insane. I think the Cowboys are way too cocky and overconfident.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I think that they're making out and messing around with the 49er fans too much. It's rubbing off because I don't know where they could be so confident that it's just going to be this easy game that is going to happen. I just think it's crazy to me. I think they're set up. I think you guys are setting yourselves up for big disappointment tomorrow. I really do. I really do. We'll see. Elaine says, you Cowboy fans are a joke. Don't you see the picture here? The only teams you played were teams that stunk. Now you're playing teams that matter. Let's see what you do then. Absolutely. I mean, no, the 2 teams that they played 2 good teams, really, and they got destroyed by both of them. The Eagles, it took the Eagles 1 quarter to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
1 quarter. That was it. David Super Chat goes, 5 rings. Average fan can't name 5 players from those 5 teams. Also, CO to the NBA flop. CMC tried, and even the ref just laughed. Oh yeah, Christian McCaffrey laughed. That last week tried to that flop.
I didn't realize how much like Josh, like Josh Allen does that shit a lot. I didn't realize he flops a lot. He does that
Josh Allen
so
does a lot,
much.
There's memes of him doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But Christian McCaffrey, I don't know why they didn't call penalty. I thought that was a penalty if you get caught faking it. I can't wait for this Cowboys game tomorrow, man. I got a feeling we're gonna beat the crap out of this team tomorrow. I got a feeling. We're winning by double digits.
Boom.
R-Mag says we're beating the Cowboys 16. I feel, man, I'm feeling good. And it's a lot of it's because of the way these Cowboy fans are talking. Rock the Artist, what's going on, man? What's the current spread on the game?
I don't even know.
I want to say it was 3.5. Let me go pull it up. I'll tell you real quick. I'm not betting that game. I'm not betting the Eagles. I'll bet other games, not betting the Eagles. Not doing anything to jinx it. Let me see. Come on, hurry up and load up. I got 3.5. It's 3.5. Yeah, Dallas favored by 3.5 at home. That's not. I don't think that's a great line for Dallas, to be honest with you. Usually, a home team gets 3 points anyways. So they're saying 0.5 point. Dude, that's Eagles. If I'm a betting man, I'm taking the Eagles on that. That's an Eagles line right there. I think that's an Eagles line. Then the Manny Davis super chat. He goes, man, y'all Slay was right. Joyner called a grown-ass man scared to tackle when he led the team. He should have called out the linebackers, but he has a shot. He shot for the cornerbacks when Bradbury wasn't even targeted. I don't now. Did Seth Joyner call out Slay by name, or did he just call out the defense? Because I didn't think he called out Slay by name. I thought it was just defense in general.
No, I said he said corners are afraid to tackle, so obviously he's calling out the starting corners. Yeah,
gotcha. ACP Baller says, Philly, Mark Holmes said you admitted that you're scared of the cow turds on his channel right now. He's so crazy. Philly, I'm not scared of cow turds. We will be them. No worry. Let's go. Well, if I'm scared of the Cowboys, why did I just predict that the Eagles would win 31-20? Nobody's scared of the Cowboys. What Mark is mad about is that I am not doing anything to give him material to attack Eagle fans. You know, I'm not sending him pictures this week of Eagle players and stuff like I normally do. Like, I'm not doing anything to where he's going to be able to attack Eagle fans saying we're cocky and arrogant. I'm just getting ready for this game. That's all I did. And he's mad about it because he can't use it against us. Nobody's scared at all. I mean, what do you want me to say? What am I supposed to say? We're going to beat your ass. We just got our ass handed. I'm going to burn. Like, dude, no, this is a game. This is an important game. I'm not going to say anything to jinx this team. Hell no.
It's true.
You know?
I get it.
People forget Brady had games. He got blown out in the regular season. Still went on to win the Super Bowl. The 49ers game ain't nothing. What the hell? I hear you laugh. I have to look at the thumbnail because I didn't look at it. But a regular season win, and they put much table for birds. I agree. Chaotic ghost. Wait, rerun. Joey, what are you doing?
I don't know.
In that thumbnail.
Well, it's true. I mean, Brady got blown out on championship years. He's been blown out by the Saints 2 times. Like, it's happened.
Man. Black Carnival Cruise Lovers with Thomas and Robin. Hey, Philly 500. The media, 49ers, and the Cowgirls failed to realize they play against the pissed off Eagles. Yeah, they're playing a pissed off Eagles team. That's what I'm expecting, you know? That's what I'm expecting. These Cowboy fans are crazy. Philly Joy Facts. Only the third season with Nick and Jalen. 2 new coordinators. A lot of young, inexperienced talent. And still at the NFL. Fans, let's try to appreciate this for a bit. Yeah, listen. I think this is the golden era of Eagles football. And I think they're going to respond tomorrow, and I think they're going to win. You know? And that's how I see it. But I am not going to jinx this team. I am not going to speak shit until this game's over.
There's a lot of time to get better, and there's a lot of time where this whole thing could fall apart. I mean, there's plenty of time for either or, and I hope it's not going to be in the bad way. That's all. Because after last week, if they lose the second game straight, it's going to be really sad. It's not going to be good.
I don't know what this dude's talking about. 500. Ask your partner there about Slay's podcast. Come on, have some balls. Hey, Joey, what about Slay's podcast? Do I have balls now? Do I have big ass balls?
He's a piece of shit. So sorry.
I think Slay's comments to me are ridiculous. And it's because your team just got destroyed. It's a team game. Should be talking about the team. And you're trying to say, oh, I think I had a great game. Well, you just got your ass kicked. You shouldn't say that. Even if you did have a good game, statistically, don't say it. You just got your ass kicked.
It's true.
You know, I'll take Seth Joyner any day. Give me all Seth Joyners. You'll win every game.
Does Seth Joyner want to coach? I mean, goddamn, dude.
I think Seth Joyner said that he don't think he can handle the players.
He thinks he'll go off the deep end with somebody. Probably. Yeah. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
That's why there's guys out there that aren't in the NFL that aren't coaching, that don't want to. There's some coaches out there that are not in the NFL that think like you can't coach a bunch of millionaires. Like you rather coach, kids, that are building up to what they want to be and don't want to coach these crybabies in the league. I don't know. It did not help this week like that. I hope Slay knows the fans are just going. So you did notice that the Eagles were putting a lot of videos of Slay on their main, page and stuff of all this funny stuff. It's just weird how
I know
all that was going on today.
I know. It is. Agent Francis, Seth was a study, probably still, but Seth Joyner would still kick ass in today's game. I have no doubt about it. I'm sorry, true man will cry. Why don't you all tell that to Carter yourselves? Yeah, I mean, I don't, dude. To me, Carter crying is like, at least I know he cares. Like, there were players there that really were pissing me off because I'm like, they don't seem that upset. He was. I like that. I'll take that any day of the week, man. Any day of the week. LJ Davis Super Chat goes, love Seth, but he's stuck in the 90s. Games changed. The game has changed, but I still think I think that people that think that, well, it's all the game's changed. Defense isn't really that same aggressiveness as in the past. I think that it'll come back. I believe you need it.
Yeah, but just to hit somebody in the mouth, you're afraid to hit somebody in the mouth and to injure yourself. Like that's you're getting paid as like the number one cornerback here, and this is how you act. Like there's guys like Tariq Woolen, there's all these corners that are smacking guys. This new younger generation of guys coming from college into the NFL, these cornerbacks, they want to smack somebody in the mouth. And what he's saying is, I want to not be, it doesn't matter if you're in the military, if you're a pro wrestler, like every time we get up in the morning to go to work and drive somewhere, we're sacrificing where our bodies are on the line every single day of the week. Anything can happen.
Wife makes me go to the store.
Anything could happen. Anything can happen when you're out. Like but this is the name of the game. Like you get paid, you strap that helmet on, you get paid millions. And like that segment, that he should have just shut his mouth and let nobody know about it. Like that just put more of a target on his back.
Well, I just don't think it's a good look to say that I had a pretty good game and talk about your individual stats when your team just got destroyed and humiliated. Like it really that bothers me, And maybe he should listen to Seth Joyner, because what Seth Joyner is saying, in my opinion, is basically what we're saying about the intensity, how you came out, the way the attitude was in this game, their demeanor, the wanting to match the intensity of the 49ers, to want the game as much. I think that is what Seth Joyner's feeding off of they don't want to tackle. They're not interested. It's the same thing. There was something energy-wise missing, a hunger that was missing in that game. And that's what I think really Seth Joyner's really talking about. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's just my opinion. Bobby, David Super Chat, he goes, I'm thinking next year anyone's draft has to survive a sparring match with Big Dom. Win or lose this weekend, we are still in the playoffs. Go Birds. Absolutely. We're in the playoffs and you're winning the division. So you're going to get a home. You're probably at worst case scenario number 2 seed. Paul Davis Super Chat, he goes, Goddard being back tomorrow opens up the run game, opens up the middle passing game, and takes the doubles off 8. Yeah, again, Dallas Goddard back is big for us.
Oh, yeah, it definitely opens up A.J. Brown, no doubt. I think it's been a problem, too. So,
yeah. Fabio Davis Super Chat goes, Slay through his career was never a tackle corner. No, I don't think he was. Listen, to me, it's just like, why are you bringing it up and talking about you think you had a good game when your team just got blown out? I want a guy to think from a team perspective. No, I didn't have a great game. I mean, would Jalen Hurts go, I had 3 touchdown passes, but I had a great game, but we lost. Jalen Hurts would say, I don't care what those were. We lost the game.
Mhm.
That's what you want to hear. Philly Matt Davis Super Chat goes, do you think Ringo will be a factor next year? I have no idea. I think it's wait and see. Because there was nothing that I saw in preseason that made me think, oh, he's got a lot of talent. I like what I saw from Eli Ricks, but we don't know. We have to wait and see.
Yeah, we know the preseason has to change. We know that the scheduling of what they do between joint practices, and we know they have to hit a little bit more, that we know they have to play more in preseason, that they definitely have to play more, because I mean, that's no doubt. There was some rust. We didn't know if it was rust or we didn't know if it was play calling. Like, and then we were, let's give it another week. Let's give it another week. Let's give it another week. And then it's just to a point now where it's like we're still dealing with the same shit.
Yeah, it's now or never. You got to turn it on. You got to get it going now. So that's what's going to be so interesting, is to see what adjustments they make. Philly Matt Davis Super Chat goes, do you think Ringo? Oh, I read that one. Okay, yeah. I mean, we'll see. I'm not against Ringo. I'm just in wait and see mode. Jay Recruiter, thank you for the Super Chat. Goes, fear Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, thank you for Super Chat, but that ain't gonna happen. Phil Davis Super Chat goes, to be honest, I've been sick of this team all effing year. It can be very frustrating at times. It really can. There's no question about it.
True.
Dallas defense is tough and nasty. Oh, they look so nasty and tough for Seattle.
Yeah, it didn't impress me at all.
I don't
know why they didn't blow them out.
I don't think it's very tough.
Why didn't they blow them out?
Nasty. Why didn't you blow Seattle? It's funny because when you look at the third quarter of the first game versus Dallas, when the Eagles decided to impose their will and Jalen Hurts decided, let's go, Dallas couldn't keep up. And in one quarter, literally one quarter, the Eagles went from losing by 3 to what? Winning by 11? Something like that. It was over. As soon as the Eagles imposed their physicality on Dallas, Dallas couldn't compete. That's why I would like the Eagles to impose that physicality starting in the first quarter and do it for 4 quarters and not 1 quarter versus Dallas. And I think if they do that, I think they'll beat the crap out of this team. I think they'll score early. I think they'll control the game. And I don't think Dallas has a chance.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like, Princess Gamer says, what's good, all? What's going on? How are you?
What up?
Niners all day. Hurts has a record-breaking day in the Super Bowl, dumbass. I know. Dude, the Hurt, I don't know why people hate Jalen Hurts so much.
He's really hated.
I don't get it. He's really hated, and I just don't understand it at all. I don't get it,
It's true.
Cowboys have no excuses. 10 days off at home and facing a team that is scared to play. Yeah, nobody's scared of Dallas. Nobody's scared of Dallas. If we beat Dallas, Skip Bayless will blame the refs. I'm sure they'll blame the refs. They'll blame this. They'll blame that. Yeah, of course. But you know what? We just win and we just keep winning. That's all we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a whole new look tomorrow. Eagle fans, are you ready for the win? Oh, yeah, big win tomorrow. I'm expecting a late night cigar. And it's going to be a good one because I didn't have one yesterday. Yeah, it's going to. Here you go, great Duke Brothers. He goes, just to clarify, real Cowboy fans do not accept Skip Bayless as one of us. Are you ready for the bet, buddy? You ready tomorrow? It's on, my man. Shout out to the great Duke Brothers. A jersey bet.
Oh, nice.
Last year we bet a hat with a signature. And Dallas beat us, so I had to send him one. And I told him, I was like, well, you got to make sure we do a rematch next year. So this is it. We'll see. But Duke Brothers, I mean, shout out to him, man. The great Duke, he's one of the 4 fathers of the was it the THC? What is it? TCC, TFC?
The
I don't.
TTC.
TTC, yeah. Sorry, I never was part of it. But yeah, I mean, he's an OG. Bobby, David Super Chat goes scripted. Dallas, Philly, San Francisco, and Detroit all 10-3. I don't know. We'll see. Danny Patterson, David Super Chat goes, getting rid of the brotherly shove is criminal. Yeah, they want to get rid of it because we do it well. Nobody else can even do it. You see how many teams try to do it? I could see if every team was doing it and it's 100% all the time.
Right.
But when it's like one team can do it, but nobody else can, you can't punish that team for it. Philly Matt Davis Super Chat. He goes, they will beat us once if we play them 3 times. We will see. Thank you for I'm ready for the moonwalk again. All right. Sounds good. Fabio Davis Super Chat goes, look at training camp before. No tackling or hitting. Yeah, I mean, that's the Eagles' way. And, you know, I could see that being a factor early on with the sloppy play. But what are we, week 14 now? I mean,
Yeah.
it's got to be, you got to be past that. You know what I mean? Bland getting a pick 6. Yeah, sure, you think so. That's all I heard the whole week. Yep. Let's see. That thumb of Rondon Smith was a mug shot after he was on Chris Hansen to catch a predator. Hit your I don't know what you guys are talking about. Fahim Denver Super Chat goes, Joey, if the Eagles win, you can have all of our sisters over the age of 20. 1-800 we want Joey Shakes. Go Birds, beat the Cow Turns. Thank you for the super chat. 1-800 we want Joey Shakes. I like that.
Yeah, great.
Joey's like, yeah, whatever, dude. Let's see. I'm making the Philly Swiss cheesesteaks for the game tomorrow. Just like Swiss cheese on a cheesesteak.
Who the fuck does that?
I can't do that. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, we're throttled, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No response to you on the aspects of your own. Okay, John Dell says, no response to you on that aspects. You're on your own with that. Whatever you were mean. I don't think he's talking to us. Because I have literally no idea what you're talking about. I think Seth does have a Super Bowl, actually. I think Seth, I think he won one with Denver. Yeah, I believe he won one with Denver.
Yeah.
The excuses might not be in this chat, but I definitely see plenty. You'll see a lot of once the Eagles win tomorrow, you won't see the Cowboy fans. They'll be gone. It'll be dead quiet. You know, we'll have the quietest week of our lives. They won't be around. They'll be non-existent.
Yeah.
So tomorrow is going to be a wonderful day. All right. Well, I guess we're like an hour and 27 minutes in. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I think we're good. We're gonna see what team comes out on Sunday. It's all on them to see.
It's all on them. I got the Eagles 31-20 tomorrow. I think they're going to win by double digits, and it's going to shock a lot of people. But I think it's going to happen. I expect it to.
I hope.
Yeah, we'll see. We're going to see how this team comes out. Are you doing any videos or anything beforehand?
No, I'm just going to stream tomorrow. I took a break today because I did a lot of rants, a lot of shit. It's been an emotional week this week.
It has. I didn't do nothing. I mean, I had to do a lot of shopping, Costco, all that stuff. I'm like wiped. But I will be streaming the 49ers game tomorrow versus Seattle, even though I think that San Francisco will beat the crap out of them. And then, of course, we'll be streaming the Eagles post-game and hopefully a cigar video. So, busy day tomorrow. We need to go rest up and get ready for it, my man.
Yes, that's 100%. Definitely do. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. We're going to find out tomorrow. We're going to find out what this team has and what their response is going to be. I cannot wait. It's going to be interesting. With that said, you guys take care. We will talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Peace.
Peace.
More play. We had one.
Yo, you gotta be motherfucking
You
kidding
gotta
me.
be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
What you doing?
running from
What
a.
you doing?
To get off the field on third down.
What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Kellen Moore, he's got to be better, man. He wasn't.
Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more
He
play.
had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us.
Away, but, this is just
The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
The brother screwed
it
us.
is, man.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
Yeah, you
The brother
literally.
screwed us. The brother screwed us.
It's going to end the way
We had an opportunity for one